standing on the corner, waiting for the light to turn green.
Can I go now? Cross over? Will the world stop just for me?
You wanna make a difference, but you don't know how. Take the time and break away from all your nasty doubt. The world is starting for your laughter, yearning for your love. Your love, you got to live it like you never lived before. Love it like you want it more and more. Be you, that's what you're here for. You're more than enough, more than enough.
Take one step and another. Nothing's time, nothing on you.
Leave all your doubts. You're stronger than those shadows that make you blue. Stand up, you'll be the difference now that you can see. Celebrate, shout out, I'm happy just to be me. Now fill your world with laughter, giving all your love. Your love, you got to live it like you never lived before. Love it like you want it more and more. Be Go ahead, Frank.
Okay, I can't see myself on the screen. Oh, I got you. Hi, everybody. This is Frank Coppola. I'm with the ADD coaching group. We are a 20-year-old company dedicated to bringing clarity and success to your life. We deal with entrepreneurs, solopreneurs, as well as individuals, both personally and professionally. And I'm very, very happy to be here with you. And today I have something very special for you. It is something that I created called the focus game. And if you don't know the rules, you can't play the game. This came about by me watching soccer, because when I would look at soccer, I had no idea what the rules were. And out of that, I created a 12-week program. And wealth is not only has to do with money, but it also has to do with your personal wealth. So what we do is determine what that is for you. So I'm going to bring up a couple of things for you so we can share it. The first one is going to be called the 5 Habits of Success. And the 5 habits of success in all areas of your life. There was a gentleman named Samuel Leeds. He had Entrepreneur Leadership Network computer. I always like to give acknowledgement for those people. But again, this is about financial success. However, I felt that the thoughts here could be used in all areas of your lives. I'm not going to dive deeply into it because we can do that with the focus game. But keep this in mind, and you may want to write this down. See the best in every situation. See the best in every situation. 2, stop caring about the opinions of others, because the opinions of others are just that. Opinions. They're not facts. Number 2, love what you do. Become passionate about what you do. And there is a system for discovering what that is. It's actually something that I created as well. Then pay attention to what you're paying attention to. Like, for example, right now, are you paying attention to the fact that you are paying attention to me? And the last thing is practice gratitude. Gratitude is, without a doubt, the single most important thing that you could do in your life. Really, very, very important. One of my clients is having difficulties in several different areas. And the one thing I left them with is whatever negative thing is going on, what I'd like you to do is to turn it to a positive. For example, if, there's no money here, which is one of his complaints, turn that into, I always have enough money to do what I need to be doing. I'm having a difficult time in my relationships. Turn it to, my relationships are really wonderful, because we want to shift the thinking of the mind and the brain, because when you do that, you're in a different world. So let me go to the, okay, let me go, hopefully this will work. Let me go to, here we go, the focus game. Now, I'm gonna open this up. Can you see this, Philip? Philip,
Yes.
can you see this?
Yes, we can.
Okay, very good. So the focus game, as I said, it's a 12-week program. If you don't know the rules, you can't play the game. So there are 6 steps that you use to take you to 6 figures. And again, wealth is not necessarily established simply around money. For example, I believe any person that has children are very wealthy. Anyone that is considering doing something that's of value and is going to really contribute to the world, I consider that to be very, very valuable. So wealth is described or distinguished as value. So there are 4 steps, but then there are rules underneath those steps. Now, what's important to do here is that I just want to have a conversation with you. I don't necessarily want this to be 1, you do this, 2, you do that, 3, you do that, because then that's not going to have value. I think what's important is if you see something here that is of interest to you, then please send me an email to Frank at addcoachinggroup.com. That's addcoachinggroup.com. Now, there are 2 G's in there. addcoachinggroup.com. Frank. Send me any questions you have, and I'm happy to get back to you and answer all those ones. Unfortunately, we're not going to be doing Q&A here, but again, send me an email, and I'm happy to speak with you. So when I take my clients on this journey, invariably they learn certain things and they start to move in that direction. And the universe, because they are saying certain mantras that brings wealth into them, things like, I make money wherever I go. People love to give me money. Tons of money come rushing to me from expected and unexpected places. These are mantras that you can say consistently, because what we want to do is get the universe in alignment with our desires for what we want to create. All the money I need is already here. All the relationships that I want are already here. I always get what I need whenever I need it. These are mantras. If this is something that you're interested, contact me and I'll send you a list of them. So let's begin. The focus game steps and the rules are: step 1, mindset. Now, what do we mean by the mindset? What I mean by that is how you think. Where does your thinking come from? When you grew up, did your family speak about money or life? Well, let's say just around money money doesn't grow on trees. You got to work very hard to get money. Now, if that's the case, when it comes to money, you're actually pushing the money away because you're saying, gee, I'd really like to get some money, which means that you're coming from a place of, I don't have enough. And the universe says, oh, you don't have enough? Guess what? I'm going to give you not enough. So we have to really look and unravel how the mind is thinking. So rule number one, we discover, know what you want. The other part of it is to accept where you are. Because it's my feeling that we live in an abundant world. And not only that, abundance is our natural birthright, meaning everybody has the opportunity to have abundance come into their lives. God didn't say, oh, these people over here get a lot more money than these people over here. No, the money is there. It's always there. You just need to learn specific ways that you can tap into that. Number two, clear the static. You are what you say. Now, this is a very important point because what we're talking about is making promises. How many of you have ever been in a situation, and it could have been you, that you made a promise to someone, let's say to meet them on a corner at 7 o'clock. And at 7:20, the person's wondering where you are. You show up and say, oh, I'm sorry, I got stuck in such and such a place. Now, you didn't keep your promise. Next time something like this happens, same thing. You show up at 10 after 7. And the same conversation. Well, by the third time, the person that's going to meet you, that person is not going to trust you. Not going to trust you to show up on time. And in life and in business, when you lose trust, you're in big, big trouble. There is a way to get that back. But again, we don't have the time to do that. Clear the static means that we want to empty our thinking so that we're not ruminating about what we did wrong or what we did right. Rule number 3, get clear, get focused. Again, if you don't know what it is, then it's going to be very hard to have the universe give it to you. I'm a big believer in universal laws. Now, we could say universe, we could say God, we could say energy, whatever it is for you. But when I say get clear, if you're not clear, then you can't send the message out into the world so that what you want comes back to you. So part of all this is we work hard to get clear so that you can get focused and put your energy towards that. So step 2, this is a skill set. So we have the mindset, and then we have a skill set because you need to learn skills. So one of them is you keep your promises. By doing that, you pay attention to the promises that you make. Now, a lot of the people that I deal with have attention deficit disorder, and this becomes an issue for them because paying attention is not the easiest. So we create systems for those people because you want to stay connected to your promises. Because if you don't stay connected to your promises, people will lose trust in you. And more importantly, you will lose trust in yourself. And when you lose trust in yourself, you wind up not feeling very good. You wind up feeling bad, for lack of a better term. Number 5, I call this the big top. Time management, organization, and procrastination. If you have issues with time management, organization, and procrastination, then it's going to be difficult to move down this road. So part of this is also, again, learning what are the techniques to keep yourself on time. What are those things that we call organization? Now, organization can be in what you're doing on a daily basis. Organization can be, I want to straighten out my office. I want to straighten out my room. So many times what we do is we bring in experts who can help you in this regard. The other thing is procrastination. I happen to be considered an expert in this area. I have a book around it. It's called Get Into Action, 8 Simple Steps to Overcome Procrastination. And in the coming weeks, I have a presentation, and it's a training on procrastination. It's a new approach that I've come up with, and you'll hear about that. Number 6, habits, routine, and rituals. Now, what do I mean by that? If you want to become successful in whatever area, and right now I'm going to talk about business, you need to create something on a daily basis that eventually becomes a habit. For example, sales, learning how to sell is one of the key conditions for being a successful company. So part of this is to begin to create a habit around that. A habit can take place over the course of 10 days. Every day you do, let's say, a half hour of sales calls. By the 10th day, if you don't do that, your body will start talking to you and will say, wait a minute, you were supposed to do sales. Why aren't you doing sales? When the habits reach the point past 10, between 10 and 20 days, you create a routine. Now, people, if we look at this from, doing exercise, you want to do the habit. I want to get into a habit of running every day. So I'm going to run 20 minutes per day. So the first 10 days, you're going to be doing that, and that would be eventually become a habit. Your body is going to really want it to happen for you. After 10 days, between 10 and 20 days, that's what we call a routine. So now my routine is every day I get out there, 20 minutes, doesn't matter. It's raining, doesn't really matter. This is what I do. Between 20 and 30 days, that's what is known as a ritual. It doesn't change. It's part of who you are. And when that takes place, you're really developing your skill set, really looking to bring into your life what it is you want. Based upon those mantras, money comes to me easily. People love to give me money. Tons of money comes rushing to me from expected and unexpected places. Has you ever had that situation where I could use some money and then all of a sudden it shows up? Step number 3, this is mission. What is your mission? Whoops, excuse me. Meaning, how are you going to take your mindset and determine what it is you want to achieve. Part of this is figuring out your vision. What is your vision for yourself a year from now? 2 years from now? How much money do you want to be making? Do you want to get married? Where would you like to live? And if that's the case, then we would set up a series of rules to help you get your mission. So number 7 rule here is to consider and absolutely believe, because it's true, you are unique. There's nothing wrong with you. You're whole and you are complete. When you operate from there, you naturally will attract people to you. You won't be coming from a place of neediness. Neediness is kind of creepiness, as you know. So always say to yourself, I am unique. I am whole. I am complete. Abundance comes to me easily. Number 8, where do you stop? You're moving along, everything's fine, not a problem, and then suddenly you stop. Suddenly you stop doing the very habit that got you where you want to be, that got you to the place where your health was improved, got you to the place where people would stop you and say, gee, you really look good. You know, you're losing weight, as well as exercise can clear the mind, along with meditation. If you don't meditate, you can contact me and I'll show you a very, very simple trick for meditating, because we want to clear the thinking, clear the mind. Because when you do that, that clarity allows abundance to come into your life. Number 4, what's your message? What does that mean? Well, in business, you have to have a message. A good hint regarding your message is you make your mess your message. I started a company called Attention ADD Coaching Group. Why? My mess was attention deficit disorder. And I realized I'm in a position to help a lot of people. And I dedicated myself to do that. I dedicated myself to people that have issues that, for example, attention deficit disorder. I believe that there'll come a point where people will say, gee, you have attention deficit disorder? I really wish I had that. That's a whole other conversation. Number 10, offer the best of you. Respect the rest. You were born to sell. Now, people have difficulty with selling because they really are very uncomfortable. But you've been selling all your life. Look at babies. Babies always get what they want. They cry, parents come, and they give them what they want. So you can't say, I don't know how to sell. You've been doing it, you just don't realize it. And here's the most important thing. There's selling versus how can I help this person? Because if you're trying to, quote, sell somebody, no one will buy from you. But if you come from the position of, how do I help this person? You might be surprised that people want to work with you because they see you as somebody that doesn't want something from them. You're giving them. because sales is not something you do to people. Sales is something you do for people. I hope I'm not going too fast here, but if you need this, you let me know. Send me an email and I'm happy to send this to you. Number 5, management. Everybody has management issues. So rule number 11, we want to manage you. We want to make sure that you're getting what you want based on a system that's going to work specifically for you. Not for me, but for you. Because when you do that, all is in harmony. And the truth is, so are you. You just need help using what I call a how-to guide. Now, there may be people out there who feel that they are in harmony and they know who they are, and they're doing well at that. I think that's fantastic. But if there's ever a situation where you're not quite sure what you could be doing, again, contact me at frank@addcoachinggroup.com. The last step is massive action. This is all well and good, but you need number 12 rule is jump off, all in, and celebrate. Get into what you're doing. A lot of times people will say, I need to find my passion and then I'll do what I need to do. That's backwards. How you find your passion is you find the things that you happen to like. And then you go all in. You learn about it. You find a mentor, and those people will help you. If you've done everything that you possibly can, most likely you may say, that's my passion. Kind of like what I did starting my own company. I also am a singer-songwriter. That's a passion of mine. So again, we want to find out what that is. And if you go through everything and you realize, no, this isn't for me, then you move on to the next thing and the next thing. And when you get to that place where you're jumping off, you're all in, then celebrate. You deserve to celebrate the work that you've done. You deserve to celebrate all the goodness that's coming to you. And now, rule number 13, which is going to sound really weird, break the rules. Picasso, if you look at his work, it doesn't make any sense. But if you look at Picasso's earlier work, he was brilliant when he was 13 years old. He could paint anybody, and you would never think that it was Picasso. What he did is that he learned everything that he could, and then when he became masterful at that and could really work in that arena, he went off and created his own uniqueness. And that's what we want you to be able to do. We want you to be the Picasso of your life. We want you to celebrate the things that really matter to you. We want you to be successful. We want you to have clarity. We want you to be able to focus and be able to have the life that you deserve. I want to thank you very much for spending time with me today. It's been an absolute pleasure. I hope that we'll be in touch soon. Thank you. Bye-bye.
I've been standing on the corner, waiting for the light to turn green.
Can I go now? Cross over? Will the world stop just for me?
You are yearning for your love. Your love, you got to live it like you never lived before. Love it like you want it more and more. Be you, that's what you're here for. You're more than enough, more than enough.
Take one step and another. Nothing's got nothing on you.
Leave all your doubts. You're stronger than those shadows that make you